Is lining up now for the Superstock Trophy Dash. On the pole, driving car 4 is Dennis Sheehy out of Eureka. On his outside, driving car 16 is Bob Harvey out of Roseburg. In second row, driving car 29 or excuse me, that's car 49. That'd be Billy Clarkson. Mark Baldwin in 84 is on his outside. In car 66 is Don Smith Sr. from Ukiah. Came in second in the points. And in 17 from Eureka is Randy Olson. I believe he also set a track record here tonight and was just presented with a $100 bill from Dutch Holland. Cars taking their warm-up lap. Form up now for a parade lap. Cars slowing down, getting in formation. Sheehy and Harvey leading them around the track. Clarkson and Baldwin right behind them. Looking for a green flag. Gave him the green as they came down the straight. Sheehy leads them into turn 1. Harvey passing Sheehy going into turn 3. Taking the lead down the straight. Clarkson right behind him. Don Smith moving up into 4th place. Still holding off Sheehy, a little bump in turn 4 there. Harvey starting to open up a 2 or 3 car length lead. Come down the back stretch. Clarkson trying to make a move on the outside of Sheehy as they take the white flag. Clarkson way ahead, or Harvey way ahead as they take the checkered flag. Sheehy in second, Clarkson in third. Dennis Smith just missing, passing him on the inside. A couple seconds to get the tape going. Should be good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bob Wattenberger, and we're back at Redwood Empire Raceway. Today is the second day of the Stroh's Open, and I'm talking now with Randy Olson, driver of car 17 in the Superstock class. Randy, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
How's the car seem to be working for you?
It was working real well. We had a little problem in the heat race. I'm not sure what it was. Hopefully we'll get it cured though before the main.
Okay. How's your year been going in racing? I talked to you earlier and you seem to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, we haven't been racing a whole lot since then. We got a new car and we've been putting it all together. We've been down to Bakersfield a couple times and we didn't run all that well. Hopefully if there's another race down there at the end of the year, we'll get going a lot better.
That's in what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 weeks away.
That's a much bigger track than here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a half-mile track, and there's a lot of real fast cars down there. They pay quite a bit of money down there, so you draw a lot of cars.
Okay. Now, you said you had a problem in the heat race last night. What happened?
I don't know. For some reason, the car was real loose. And longer in the race, it just got worse all the time. I'm not sure what it was. We checked everything over. We can't find nothing. We're not sure if maybe a tire went away on the car or what it was. We'll just have to try and figure it out in hot laps.
Could that be a problem in yesterday when you were hot lapping when it was warm and then it kind of cooled off when the sun went down?
Yeah, it could be caused from track conditions. The track does get more slippery the cooler it gets, but it was getting pretty real loose, so it wasn't just the track.
Okay. How'd you finish up last night?
I got 7th in the heat race.
Okay, well that's not too bad. That would put you about the middle. You were in the fast heat, weren't you?
Yeah, it puts me in the 4th row on the inside.
Well, that's not too good. That's more or less like the catbird seat, really, waiting for something to happen up front.
Yeah, and if we get my car working like we had it when I qualified, I feel I can do pretty well.
Okay, well you're usually fairly competitive, always up there in the, say, the top 2 or 3.
Yeah, I don't know, we had the car working real well in hot laps and then in qualifying, and I don't know what we did before the heat, but it was wrong.
Something that, do you keep records whenever you change something so that if something does go wrong like that, you can go back and check it?
Yeah, and we did make a little change on the car before the heat because they usually do loosen up a little bit because of the, track cools off. And I don't know, I guess we either didn't change it enough or we changed the wrong thing.
Okay, well, I had heard rumors that a couple drivers like Blair Aiken and Walker were supposed to show up, but I haven't seen them yet so far. Would you rather race against guys like that or what you had last night?
It don't matter to me, really. Everyone, they think they're so fast, but on any given day, anyone can beat them. They are, Jim runs pretty well all the time, and Blair at times is really fast too, but I don't know, if we get our car working, I think we can beat him anyway.
Okay. Well, you never know what's going to happen out there last night. Like last night, if you guys lost a couple tires and, had some accidents, so like you said, anybody can beat it at any given time, and if you're at the right place at the right time, you can take it all.
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay. Well, Randy, I wish you luck. I hope you get the car working again, and maybe we'll see you at the winner's circle.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're back now at Redwood Empire Raceway with Rick Schultz, driver of car 85 out of Santa Rosa. Rick, how you doing?
Yeah, so far so good. Things could be better.
Okay, how did it go last night for you?
Well, we ran into quite a few problems. We found out we only had half throttle when we were hot lapping and qualifying, and then we got that straightened out. And we had some problems in the heat race. We were had a right rear tire going flat on us, so hopefully we got all that worked out today.
Well, I hope so. How did you finish up?
We ended up second in the heat race, but we're just one spot out of making the A main, so we have to start on the B.
But if you finish either 1, 2 in the heat, don't you get to move up to the A main?
No, just in the just for 1 and 2 in the B main, then we can move up to the A main.
Okay. Now your problem with the linkage, what happened? Or I mean the throttle, what happened there?
Well, we had the part of the linkage was hitting, rubbing on a fitting, and it was only cracking the throttle open halfway. So just a hair more than half throttle is all we had, which we were surprised we were running as fast as we were, even with half throttle. But it should make a big difference.
Well, that's where you get all your power is when you open up the back part of the carburetor, isn't it?
Yeah, we could have gained a whole bunch of time if we had full throttle down the straights. So.
Well, that might have put you in the A main, but it's hard to say now.
Yeah, it's all behind us. So all we can do now is just hope that our tires hold up and we can finish one of the two. It's going to be pretty tough, though, in the B main with Walker and whoever else might show up today.
Well, I guess Walker just drove in, so I wish you luck there.
Yeah, well, I don't plan on being, being that much ahead of him. He's a lot faster, and I'm just, learning everything and trying to get bugs worked out. So it'll be tough.
Well, he's got to start in the back, so that'll give you a little advantage, won't it?
Yeah, but it's not that long of a race, so it depends on how good everybody else got their car running too. So I don't know. Like I said, time will tell.
Okay. How long you been racing, Rick?
Well, this is actually our first year that we've had to got on the track. We had another old car, and we had nothing but problems with it. We couldn't even qualify with. We were blowing motors and everything else. So actually, this is the first car that we've had, and first one I've ever driven. So we're still learning myself too.
Well, it's more or less your rookie year then.
Yeah, like I say, we haven't run. This is the only place we've run anywhere. So we've got about 5 races under us now. So still learning.
Well, you just got to keep working at it.
Yeah, we're, like I say, car's half of it and I'm the other half of it, so we can get half of it working, we should have a chance.
Well, you look good there towards the end of the season. I know you had some problems at the last race, but I guess you got them all squared away now.
Yeah, nothing major. Was we had shocks that were bent and a few minor things here and there, and a lot of body we had to put back together, but hopefully we got it all worked out.
Well, even with your problems last night, you looked like you were running pretty good.
Yeah, I felt a lot better with full throttle, and then, like I said, then the tires started going flat, so it's a little wishy-washy, but got a new set of tires today, so like I said, no telling what'll happen.
Okay. Well, I wish you luck, Rick. And maybe we'll see you there at the winner's circle.
I hope so. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Got Eddie Lang here from California Racer. It's a new magazine out. I'd like to say a few words to you.
I'd like to kind of tell you just real briefly about this new paper. Although it's been out 7 months, it started in Sacramento, and most of you know Wheels has been around about 26 years. It says Northern California, and the purpose of it is to promote the racing image and you as drivers and your pit crews and your wives and your sponsors, okay? What we're really after is behind the scenes of racing. So my wife here is named Lorraine, and my name is Eddie. And we'll probably be around sticking the microphone in your face and the camera and whatever. And believe me, this paper is not biased in any way. We're after the guy that comes in first and the guy that comes in last, because it takes everybody to make a race. And if you see this paper around, if you're not ready to buy it yet, well, you just tell everybody there's a new paper called the California Racer. And the #1 goal is to become a weekly paper to publicize the races. And we already have suggested things coming in from up in Canada and all the way down to LA area, and we just invite you to be part of it. One of the issues here has quite a few things in it about Ukiah, and Dutch here has been invited to be part of the paper. And the papers are 50 cents, and a lot of comments that we get is, if my picture's not in it, I don't want to be in it. So all we say is give us a chance and we'll get your picture in it, okay? Give us a little bit of time, and we wish everybody here a lot of luck today, and expect a good race, and know you had a real good turnout. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, today's program will go as follows. We're going to start off with the Street Stock C Main. We're going to give you the green flag at 2 o'clock. That's just about 13 minutes. So we want you out there lined up. You can get out there and start lining up after the pit meeting. But we want to get the program going at 2 o'clock. Okay, 2 will transfer from the C Main. First and second place. First and second place will transfer to the back of the B Main, the Street Stock B Main. And that will be the next race. Street Stock B Main. Okay, while we're out there running the Street Stock B Main, which also 2 will transfer to the back of the A, we want to start weighing the B Main for the Super Stocks. After the Street Stock B Main, Super Stock B Main. So while that B Main and the Street Stock's going on, we want to get the A-main supers across them scales and lined up out here. And once you cross those scales, gentlemen, we're going to have some people watching, so don't be putting weight in, out, taking, doing nothing. Once it's past them scales, it's test. Just get in line and leave it there.
You want them lined up from that end, Skip?
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What we want to do is come across the scales from the north to the south.
I want to get them lined up over here. So
And we want you.
room for the A-main and the street stock.
Okay, then we want you to pass through here, turn around, and line up to go out on the south side of the pit, heading towards the track. So come across the scales from the north to the south. Pull over here, turn around, and get lined up. So when that street stock B-main's done, we can pull the super stock B-main right out on the track. Same thing will apply in the street stock A-main. While the street stock A-main's going on, we're going to start the A-main supers across the scales. Same circumstance. From the north to the south, turn around and get lined up out here. Okay. A-main. A-main super stocks. When you pull out there, A-main street stocks as well. Head up towards the crash wall. Point the cars single file towards the crash wall. You get out. That way the crowd can see who you are. We'll introduce you. Get strapped back in, and we'll pair you off on the back straightaway behind the pace car. Behind the pace car. So you'll double up and line up in the back straightaway. But as you pull out to be announced, pull out and face the grandstands. This is both A-mains. Right. Okay. Super stock A-main is 100 laps. First 50 laps, yellows will count. Is that clear with everybody? If somebody pulls up, spins whatever, does whatever, and stops on the back straightaway after the races are over, and it's on the 25th lap or whatever, I don't want anybody saying, well, I didn't know yellows count. Gentlemen, you are all informed now. Yellows count for the first 50 laps of the A-main. 51st lap on, it's green flag racing. It's green flag racing. That's the only program, only one. The rest of the races, B street stocks, B street stocks, C street stocks. It's green flag racing. Anytime you pit, at any time you pit, you go into pits. When you return out on the track, you'll start in the back of the pack. Back of the pack. Red flag circumstance. Under red flag circumstance, one man per car, no tools. Bring them out a drink of water, whatever, but no tools. Air gauge, okay. On a yellow or red flag circumstance, when you reline up, all lineups will be single file. We do use a restart flag. If there's a crash on the first lap, we'll pair you off again. It'll be a complete restart. Any other time, single file lineups. Single file. You do race to the yellow, same circumstances last night. Race to the yellow. We do use a move over flag. Showed it to you last night. Blue with the yellow stripe. Move to the outside. Okay, the payoff after the races will be at the beer booth over here. Anybody want to stick around and collect your money? Come right over the beer booth. That's where the payoff will be. Okay. A-main in street stock and super stocks, whoever wins it, stop and get your trophy out there. The B-main and the C-main in both divisions will collect their trophy at the beer booth. Just the two A-mains. A-main street stock, A-main supers. Stop, whoever wins it, stop, will come out, present a trophy, and so on. Street stocks. No. No need to wait. Once you pass, just had a question over the radio. Once you pass the scales here, get lined up. There won't be any weigh-in after the race.
Anything else?
Anybody have any questions whatsoever? Any questions? Speak now. Okay, can we have that C-main lined up on the starting grid out there?
What if the A-main goes?
Super stock heat of the evening. This will be the last race. These are the fast cars. Best drivers here tonight. On the pole in car 11L is Bob Strauss. On his outside in car 27 is Bob Sprigg. In the second row in car 4 be Dennis Sheehy out of Eureka. On his outside it'd be Bob Harvey in car 16. Third row be Billy Clarkson in car 49 with Mark Baldwin in 84 on his outside. In the last row be Don Smith Sr. in car 66 with Randy Olson in car 17 on his outside. Set a new track record this evening. This will be another 20-lap main event. Waiting for the push Jeep over in turn 2. Clear the track. Harry's worried about turn 2, said it's pretty slick. You can see they have put grease sweep on it. Skip calling over to Bill, wanting him to check it. Bill's going to check it out before they turn these cars loose. Okay. Bill says it looks pretty good. Grease sweep's still stuck to the track. They're going to turn these cars loose. Strauss and Spriggs move them out. They're going to take 3 or 4 laps to warm up. Cars forming up now. Strauss and Spriggs slowing down. Cars starting to form up. Moving back into position now. Bob Harvey moving to the outside, moving Olson to hold it. Motion Olson ahead of him. Apparently he's having some problems as they take the green flag. Strauss leads him around into turn 1. staying with him. Sheehy right behind him, followed by Billy Clarkson. Mark Baldwin starting to fall back. Still Spriggs and Strauss fighting for the lead. So far, I haven't seen any bumping going on. Looks pretty clean so far. You got Clarkson moving up around the outside of Sheehy, trying to take over third place. Smith's moving up through the pack. Olsen's right behind him. Strauss has moved ahead, took over first place. Spriggs moved a little bit behind of him. Sheehy's still at third. Clarkson trying to come around his outside. Don Smith looking for an opening on the inside. Okay, racing to the yellow. They're saying Spriggs turned him around. They're going to put Spriggs at the back of the pack. They're going to put Strauss back in the lead, as he was the leader when they spun him out. Okay, Strauss still your leader. Dennis Sheehy being second place. Bill Clarkson in third. Don Smith fourth. Mark Baldwin fifth. Apparently he got a jump on Olsen as they took the yellow flag. Sheehy's moved right in behind. Little bump there. I don't think he expected Strauss to back off of it in the turn like that. Clarkson holding Smith off, still retaining third place. About 6 car lengths ahead of Dennis Sheehy. Billy Clarkson still in third place. Don Smith right behind him. Olsen falling back a little bit off of Baldwin. white flag. This will be the last lap. Bob Strauss still your leader. Dennis Shea second. Clarkson third. And he's taking the checkered flag. It'll be Strauss, Shea, Clarkson, and Smith. Followed by Baldwin, Spriggs, and Olson. Cars leaving the track now. For stock B main event, this will be 40 laps. On the pole, out of Santa Rosa, driving car 85 is Rick Schultz. On his outside, from Tacoma, Washington, is Dennis Ford, driving car 21. In the second lane, hidden by the tow truck there, in 01 is Jim Keeler. Jim repainted his car a blue color, figures it's faster than the orange-red that he had before. On his outside, out of Fremont, is the 25 car, driven by Mike Stahl. And in the third lane, driving Jerry Nelson's old Superstock car, renumbered to 111, is John Ullery, moving up from the street stock class. On his outside, also moving up from street stock, driving car 4L out of Lakeport, is Derek Brodnansky. In the next row, driving car 07 out of Orangeville, is Dave Skaggs. On his outside, driving car 55 out of Santa Rosa, is Mark Blackner. Mark had a little bit of a problem last night. He and Rosenthal tangled a couple times. In the next row, driving car 36 is Tom Karkin. Out of Ukiah. And on his outside, just getting in this morning, driving car 48 is gentleman Jim Walker out of Ferndale. I understand he had to drive all night from another race down in Southern California to get here. We have another car that just drove into the pits, number 10, Rick Schramm. They're weighing him in now, and I don't know if they'll hold the race for him to get out there. As soon as they weigh him in, apparently he's ready to go. He drove off of his trailer and onto the scale. Cars moving out now for their warm-up laps. Rick Schramm just putting the finishing touches on his car. Had to change his two front tires, get into his fire suit. There's the man to look for in this race. They were timing him in practice at under the track record. He can do it. There's Schramm coming out on the track now. Other cars starting to slow down. Schultz and Ford slowing down, cars starting to form up on them. Schramm falling in at the back of the pack. Cars at the back haven't closed up yet. Pack going around getting their parade lap. Schultz and Ford leading them around the track. Keeler and Stahl right behind them, looking for the green flag. Pack bunched up, taking the green flag, starting this 40-lap B main event. Schultz is your leader in this, finishing the first lap, starting to open up a big lead in front of Ford. Ullery's moving around the outside, trying to take over second place. Derek Rodnowski front on the infield, calling for a yellow flag. Looks like Ullery took over second place, racing for the yellow. Rodnowski on the infield, trying to check out his car. Looks like it's his left front. Bill Chapman thinks it's his steering linkage is broken on him. Derek looks a little upset. I'm not sure what happened. He's over talking to Bill. Apparently something occurred on the racetrack. Schultz still your leader. John Ullery's moved into second, followed by Ford in the 21 car. Skaggs has moved into fourth place, followed by Tom Karkin. Schramm's behind Karkin, followed by Blackner, Keeler, and Jimmy Walker. Mike Stahl's moved to the back of the pack. I think they're going around waiting for Rodnowski to be cleared off the track. Wrecker hooking up to him now. Apparently Ullery is leaking fuel, gasoline, out of his rear section. They're pulling him on the infield. Looks like Chapman and Dutch are over there checking it out now. Apparently he lost a gas cap. Rodnowski being towed off the infield now into the pits. Ullery's pit crew looking for a gas cap. Ullery's moving into the pits. That'll hurt his second place position. You can see the trail, the gas he left along the track. Burkhardt's anxious to get going, taking the green flag down the straight. Ford closing up behind him, followed by the 07, Dave Skaggs. Walker's starting to make a move up through the pack. Burkhardt's got a pretty good lead. Skaggs making a move on the outside of Ford, moving into second place. Schramm trying to make a move around the outside also. Ford holding him off. Skaggs making a move now on Burkhardt. Excuse me, Schultz. I don't know where I got Burkhardt. Schultz been leading this race from the first green flag. Skaggs trying to make a move around the outside. Skaggs moving into first place. Schultz moving back into second. Schramm's moved up into third. Jimmy Walker's right behind him, coming in on the inside. Blackner going high. We're right under a yellow flag. I'm not sure what happened. Tom Karkin's moving into the pits. There's your new leader, Dave Skaggs in the 07 car, followed by Burkhardt in 85. I believe Walker was ahead of Blackner as they took the yellow flag, followed by Ford, Keeler, and Stahl. Yes, they're moving Walker in front of Blackner. I thought he had nosed ahead there right at the yellow. They were even coming out of turn 4. Down to 7 cars in this B main event. Track's clear. If the cars close up, they should be going for a green flag. Schultz going to have to work hard to keep Walker off of him as they take the green flag. Walker goes around the outside. Passing Schultz. He's going to start looking for Skaggs. Look for an inside move there. He has the power to go inside or outside. Skaggs holding him off around the track. Blackner trying to make a move around the outside of Schultz, who holds him off, retains his third place position. Ford, Stahl, and Keeler dropping way behind, not having the power. Walker's coming around the outside. Walker moving into first place, easily around the outside down the straight. Walker's starting to open up a big lead. Skaggs starting to drop behind. Schultz still holding on to his position as Blackner's moving into the pits. Walker's starting to lap the slower cars, passing Keeler now. He's eased off the throttle a little bit. Skaggs starting to catch him, but I think Walker's just saving himself for the main event. Schultz starting to catch up to slower cars. passing Keeler now. Keeler going around the outside. Walker's just easing himself around the track now. He doesn't want to cause any malfunction of his car. Schultz still in third place. Walker lapping slower cars. Looks like Skaggs also has backed off of his throttle, as he knows he doesn't have a chance to catch Walker. He's playing the same game. Walker's going by Keeler for the second time. Seven's gone into the pit. That'll give Schultz a good shot at second place. I don't think he has any more challengers. He's about a half a lap behind Walker. But as Skaggs was his main competition, Schultz shouldn't have any problem moving up into the A main event. Just easing himself around the track. Here's your number 2 car, driven by Rick Schultz out of Santa Rosa. I think Rick's just saving himself for the A main event also. Stroke of good luck for Rick when 7 went into the pits. Slowed down now. You don't want to tangle with any other slower cars. Ford moving around Keeler. Walker passing Keeler for about the 3rd time. Schultz moving up on the 25 car, Mike Stahl. Looking for an opening. Walker catching up to Ford. Down to 5 cars out of the original 10. Schultz passing Stahl and then Keeler. Staying easily in 2nd place. There's your leader. Running his own race, all by himself. Taking the white flag. This will be the last lap of this 40 main event. Just a warm-up for Walker and Schultz, both of whom will be moving up to the A main. And Walker takes a checkered flag, with Rick Schultz coming in second. Rick going around one more time. Super stock A main event. On the pole position, driving car 11L from Lucerne is Bob Strauss. Next car will be number 4, driven by Dennis Sheehy out of Eureka. Third in line will be Bill Clarkson from Orangevale. Driving car 49. Next to him will be Don Smith Sr., driving car 66. Next to Don, out of Eureka, will be Mark Baldwin, driving car 84. Next to Mark will be Bob Sprigg, driving car 27S. Bob comes from Coos Bay, Oregon, where he was this year's track champion. Then there's Randy Olson out of Eureka, driving car 17X. Next to Randy, driving car 16 out of Roseburg, will be Bob Harvey.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he could
Currently Bob's the track champion for 1985 at Roseburg, so we do have some good drivers here. Then there's car 00X, driven by Steve Parrish, up from Santa Monica. Behind the pace car there, out of Roseville, is Ed McGinnis, driving car 27. Down a little ways from Ed, out of Sebastopol, is Ed Souse, driving the orange 00 car. Next to Ed, out of Cloverdale, driving for the Boss Hog Racing team today. In car 11C is Noel Animal McCormick. Also out of Cloverdale, driving the blue 17, a light blue color, is Norm Boucher, Stormin' Norman. Apparently Ron Rosenthal has scratched the race, having been knocked out last night in the heat race. Not himself knocked out, but the car knocked out. Next in line will be car 11A, also of the Boss Hog Racing team, driven by Tom Cattarelli. Tom thrives on that adversity. And then also out of Eureka, driving car 12E, is Gordon Quinley. And then the last two cars moving up from the B main event, out of Santa Rosa, driving car 85, is Rick Schultz. And winner of the B main event, come Ferndale, driving car 48, is gentleman Jim Walker.
He didn't do nothing with the new attack. It's not custom to call that. He sponsored us by putting paving and giving us a little bit of all we had to do was feed him breach.
This will be a 100-lap main event. The first 50 laps, the yellow flag will count, but to finish the race will require a green flag for the last 50 laps. Cars moving out now for the warm-up laps. Forming up behind the pace car as they go into turn 3. Skip going through the pack, verifying the lineup and the drivers. Last-minute checks by the pit crews. more moving around the track. This will be their parade lap. Trophy car getting ready to leave the track. Cars starting to form up. Cudley's coming into the pits. Looks like he's leaking something out of the back of his car. They'll be looking for a green as Cudley comes back out. Looks like they held it off for him. You see, they're anticipating the green flag now. Strauss and Sheehy lead them around the track. And the 100-lap main events started. At the end of lap 1. A little bit of bumping there in the back. A wheel hop by Ed McGinnis going across the infield, calling for a yellow flag. Animal McCormick's gone into the pit area. They had finished the first lap. Still running under a yellow flag. These laps do count, although you can't change position. Still Sheehy and Strauss, followed by Billy Clarkson. And then Don Smith. Looks like 27, Bob Spriggs slowing down. Underway. Gordon Cudley's moved to the back of the pack. Apparently he's having some problem. Rick Schultz trying to move up. Cudley's moving off the track now. By Strauss, Clarkson, and then Don Smith. First 4 cars starting to open up a back of the pack as Parrish and Baldwin pulled up the rest of the pack. Bunching up behind Parrish and Baldwin. Looks like Schultz spun out onto the infield. Shahey moving up on the back of the pack. Followed by Strauss, Clarkson, and Don Smith. Starting to lap slower cars. Randy Olson. Oh, he hit the pole. He hit the pole. He's way off the edge of the track. There's Randy Olson calling for a red flag. I hope he's not hurt, but he hit hard. He's out of the car. He's out walking around. He hit that pole. You can see all the tires and the short poles in front of the big pole. He cleared them all out. But he's out walking around. You can see him there in the blue fire suit. He's upset about something. He's coming back to talk to Jim Walker.
Damn, he's crazy.
He jumped off this.
Looks like Randy's cooled down a little bit, but he was hopping mad when he came out of the car. That'll finish his racing for today. I'm not sure. I think that's his dad right in front of him. I know it's part of his pit crew. They're always in radio communication. I'm glad to see he's okay, because he did hit hard. You can see the wrecker hooking up to Randy's car now. He hit that thing broadside at full speed. You can see all the tires he scattered out on the bottom side of the ridge. In fact, one of them ended up way over by the fence. There's the area he hit right there. Some of the officials piling part of the tires back up. Sweepers working to clear the top of turn 3. Other cars stopped along this straight.
Is there a little hump there?
No, see where
See
it
the
drops
drop
off like
off?
that?
Yeah.
You come over that and you get your tire off that, it tries to steer you to the left.
It drops off 6 inches.
And throws you
It
into
does, doesn't it, Jerry?
Yeah, and it'll throw you into a skid. I know.
That's what he meant.
That's right.
With people cleared away, maybe you can see the damage to Randy's car. It's pretty bad beat up. I don't know if they'll tow it around in front of us. Left side's okay, it's the right side that took the beating.
He said he'd take both of them.
There, now you can get a better idea of what actually looks like. Not too much left to the right side. See the right front tire just hanging on. As they clear the track, other cars will be going around lining up to start this race back up again. Word from Randy Olson's pit is their story is that Jimmy Walker pushed him high coming down the straight. Apparently then his right rear tire caught the lip on the edge of the track, pulled him all the way around. Once he hit the dirt, he went sideways into the tires at the top of turn 3. They've changed the red to a yellow. Whether these laps will count to get this race started again, I'm not sure. I haven't heard how many laps are down. Your leaders still Dennis Sheehy, followed by Strauss, Clarkson, and Smith. Bob Harvey's coming up behind them, followed by Mark Baldwin in 84. Steve Parrish and Jimmy Walker, followed by Norm Boucher and Bob Spriggs. Then Ed Schaus in the orange 00 car. Lineup looks pretty good there. Sticking right to him. And we're back to racing. Walker coming around the outside. Moving his way up through the pack. Open up a big lead. Strauss dropping back. Clarkson's right behind Strauss. Don Smith's still there. Looks like Kundley's gone on the infield, calling for a yellow flag.
Yeah, he's coming out.
Who went off the top? Apparently Tom Cattarelli's gone off the top of turn 3. I guess he and Kunle tangled. Kunle's going into the pits. They called for a red flag while they clear the track. Shahey still your leader, followed by Strauss, Billy Clarkson, and Don Smith. Those 4 cars have led this race. Push Jeep going over the top. Here comes Tom back up onto the track. Looks like Tom's okay.
Every time it goes around a corner, it sees the grass and it heads for it.
Other cars stopped along this side of the track. Okay, the track's clear. We got 83 laps to go. Probably give them a couple laps to blow the grease sweep off. Apparently somebody was dumping it pretty bad, especially in turns 3 and 4. Temperature's starting to come up with the fog gone. I don't know how it'll affect their tires. Still Shahey, Strauss, Clarkson, and Smith leading the race, followed by Harvey, Baldwin, Walker, and Parrish. Apparently McCormick's gone into the pits. We've lost 4 cars so far. I think they're going to give him one more lap around. Doesn't look like Shahey's anticipating the green. Okay, now they got one more lap to go. Around the track. Bob Harvey just went into the pits as they take the green flag. Tom Cattarelli having his problems today. Don Smith making an inside move, moving into 3rd place. Clarkson's in 2nd and Strauss is moving back. Looks like he's pretty loose going up around the turn. No, well, he stopped as he nosed into the wall. We're under a yellow flag. He started to back up and then held it as the other cars started to come around. Strauss off the wall now, moving around to the back of the pack. Clarkson's moved up into 2nd place behind Shahey, followed by Don Smith, Mark Baldwin, and Jimmy Walker. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Mike Walker. Steve Parrish behind Walker, and then the 27th car, Bob Sprague. get it going one more time. Here we go. Got about 80 laps left to go in this 100-lap main event. Starting to move up around the pack. Closing on edge chows. And we're under a yellow flag. Somebody's dropped some sheet metal up on the top of turn 3. Sweeper motion them high, but they can't go high because of the sheet metal. Gonna make a dash up there and get back. Okay, track's clear as the leader comes around. Still running under a yellow flag. And they're going for the green. Shea leads them back around the track. Still Clarkson in second place, followed by Don Smith and Mark Baldwin. Sprague fighting Parrish for fifth place. A little bit of bump as they came around the turn. Schaus right behind them. A collision there in the top of turn 2. Looked like Sprague and Parrish bumping each other as they came around the turn. Parrish came down, spun them both out. We're back under a yellow flag.
Never coming back.
Well, I was watching them because I knew that they were. He was the only one who was passing.
61 laps to go.
There's Coker or something in there if you want something. Coker root beer. Ricker's up there, getting ready to clear the track. Norm Boucher coming back out of the pits. Looks like 27, Bob Sprague's okay. That might have been Boucher's sheet metal. They cleared off the track as he's missing his right front fender. Looks like he just missed the tires in front of the pole in turn 2. A little bit the worse for wear there. See the damage to the other side of his car. A long ways to travel from Santa Monica to have it towed off the track. Sheahay is still your leader, followed by Billy Clarkson and Don Smith. Baldwin still in 4th place, followed by Jimmy Walker. Looks like Ed Schaus moved ahead of Tom Cattarelli racing to the yellow. Rick Schultz behind Tom Cattarelli, and then Strauss and Ed McGinnis. Boucher bringing up the rear as he's just come back out of the pits. Track's clear. They'll be looking for a green one more time. And we're back to racing. Sheahay leads them around one more time. Strauss trying to pass Schultz on the outside. Strauss going high as he lost it over the edge of the track, spinning around in turn 4. Calling for a yellow flag. These yellow flags are still counting towards the first 50 laps. Strauss under his own power, waiting for the cars to go by, get back in line. Coming back out to the track, out of the pits. Apparently he just lost a tire. He'll be down a couple laps. Car's looking for the green flag. Down we're back under the green. Still leads them around the track. So far there hasn't been any serious move on anybody's part to take the lead away from him. Don Smith spinning out in turn 3. Smith's laying on the infield. Back under a yellow flag. Walker spinning out. Okay, apparently Don did that on his own. My earphones have gone out, so I can't listen to the officials to hear what their opinions are. Don moving back under his own power again, moving back out onto the track. He was in 3rd place. Mark Baldwin will move up into third now, followed by Walker, Ed Schaus, and Tom Cattarelli. Sprague and Schultz will be next, and then Ed McGinnis, Norm Boucher, and Bob Strauss. As soon as Don catches up, we'll be back under a green flag. Got the green one more time. Walker keeps edging up closer. He's now in fourth place. Got a lot of race to go yet. Looks like Don Smith just went out to the top of the turn 3. I see a lot of dust. I don't know if he's coming back or not.
Double zero, looks like. Smith and double zero.
Who?
Smith and double zero.
Okay. We're under a red flag.
This is going to go against the world record. 3 laps, red flag.
Apparently the double O car, I'm not sure. I guess Steve Parrish was involved in that also. I don't see Ed Schaus' car. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so Steve Parrish and Don Smith have gone off the top of turn 3 and 4. Dennis Shea's still your leader. He's led this race from the start. Billy Clarkson's right behind him, followed by Mark Baldwin and gentleman Jim Walker. As we're under a red flag, Walker's gone into the pits. Apparently he's changing his left rear tire. You can see Don Smith walking back to the pit area. Looks like his racing's finished for today. No word yet as to what happened with his car. You can see some of the pit crews out talking to their drivers. They just finished towing Don Smith's car into the pits. Haven't heard any word yet as to what his problem was. There's wreckers still hooking Steve Parrish's car up. Jimmy Walker went into the pits, changed a couple tires. Sounds like he's on his way back out. You can see the light from the wrecker just over the top of the asphalt. Sweepers clearing off turns 3 and 4. That's clear. Steve Parrish got a push. He's back out on the track. He'll fall in behind Jimmy Walker, who went to the back of the pack after he went into the pits. So right now your leader's still Dennis Shea, followed by Billy Clarkson and Mark Baldwin. Ed Schaus behind them, followed by Tom Cattarelli. Bob Sprague and Rick Schultz, followed by Norm Boucher as they take the green flag. Someone said we're about 50 laps to go. Boucher Shea going a little high in turn 3. Walker's right behind McGinnis in the 27 car, coming around the outside. Up another lead, coming up behind Parrish. Parrish getting the move over flag, letting Shea by. Sprague right behind Tom Cattarelli. Clarkson was starting to smoke pretty bad. Looks like he blew a motor moving on the infield. We're under a yellow flag.
Walker passed 4 cars in 7 laps.
Walker's passed 4 cars in the last 7 laps. Moving himself up back through the pack. Still a lot of race to go as Clarkson's pushed onto the pit. Shea still your leader, followed by Mark Baldwin. Ed Schaus and Tom Cattarelli's and moved up to 4th place. Bob Sprague's behind him, followed by Norm Boucher and Jimmy Walker. Track's clear, we're looking for another green flag. And we're back to racing. Drivers still waiting, biding their time, waiting for something to happen. Shea starting to open up another lead. Yellow flags close it up. He just opens it back up again. Tom Cattarelli a little loose. The Sprague goes around him. Little puff of smoke out of Sprague's car. Shea's starting to catch up with the rest of the pack. Steve Parrish moving to the outside, letting people by. Coming from Sprague's car in the turns, could be his tires. Parrish moving off the track. Sprague battling Schaus for 3rd place. Sprague moving ahead down the back straight. Coming up around the outside. Passing Boucher, moving up alongside Cattarelli. Taking Tom on the outside. Cattarelli spinning out as they came into turn 3. He's on the middle of the track. I don't know if the other cars can see him. Does clear in there. Whoa, Sprague. Couldn't see him. Bounced right into him sideways. Looks like it took out Tom's right front tire. Looked like he tried to brake and spin to go around him. Spun right in him. Tom getting out of the car. Sweepers moving to clear the dirt off the track. Other cars under the red light stopping along this side of the straight. Pit crew checking out Sprague's right side. They're not allowed to do any work on the track except check the tire pressure. You can see what kind of sheet metal he lost there as he bounced over Catarelli's front end.
You still don't want to do that.
Wrecker's hooking up Tom's car now. Getting ready to tow him back on to the pit area. Tom walking back to the pits.
Isn't this a race? Is this an extraction derby?
I think we have 69 laps down. Tom a little upset.
Hey,
Talking it over with Harry.
well, hell, he got a door and a finger.
Tom having a little bit of word with Bob Sprague.
Number 16, 27, and number 50. Eddie Elias, California Redwood, would like to do an interview.
Tom a little upset. Steve Parrish coming back out of the pits. He's going to try it one more time.
The crowd loves that car. I'd like to have his motor in my car. I'd like to have his chassis. I'd like to have his luck.
Moving Rick Schultz's car back a little bit so they can move Catarelli's car into the pit area. See the damage to the left side.
I couldn't figure out why you'd want to hit me when you could drive around me.
He's supposed to be out there racing, not parking in the middle of the track.
He's going the wrong way.
Yeah.
I thought we were in England. You heard it was reverse lineup. Yeah, reverse lineup.
He thought you ran 10 laps one way and 10 the other.
Yeah.
He thought it was 10 laps, time to turn around.
Come on, Sprague.
Sweepers still clearing turns 3 and 4 as the drivers start their cars back up.
Come on, Sprague.
27, Bob Sprague coming back out of the pits as they lift the red flag. I believe we have 69 laps down, 31 to go. The last 50 laps, remember, have to be under a green flag. Dennis Shea's still your leader. I believe Ed McGinnis is a lap down. They put him in their position when the red light came on. Mark Baldwin, I believe, is in second place, followed by Ed Schaus and Jim Walker. Then Norm Boucher and Bob Strauss, followed by Rick Schultz, Steve Parrish, and Bob Sprague. Should be looking for a green flag this time around. Pack's closing up. Shea's going for it. And we're back to racing. Ed McGinnis went high to let the second place car around. Shea's still leading about 3/4 of this race. Baldwin starting to open up a lead between the third place car and himself. It's Schaus. Jim Walker just sitting behind Schaus, waiting for something else to happen. Norm Boucher behind Walker. Walker making a move on the outside now. Schaus holding him off. Walker backed off of it. Shea coming up on Parrish. Parrish goes high, lets him around. Baldwin closed up a little bit as they got caught into traffic. Slowing down, Baldwin's catching up to him. Making a fight out of first place. Still in fourth place behind Ed Schaus. Baldwin's right on Shea's tail, challenging him for the lead. Coming up on the back of the pack. Up behind Rick Schultz, the 85 car. Schultz going high, letting the leaders pass. Ed McGinnis in the next car in line. He also goes high, letting the leaders by. Looks like Sprague's having problems. Coming high around turn 2, heading for the pits. Shea's slowing down. Baldwin's looking for a place to go around him. Little bump there between Boucher and Walker. Walker held on to it, still in fourth place. Boucher dropped back a couple places. Baldwin getting caught in traffic. Ed Schaus went around him. Walker's right behind him. We're down to 8 cars out of the original 18. Walker's trying to move around the outside of Schaus. Backed off of it out of the turn. Shea Shehay's been slowing down the last few laps. Schaus and Walker looking for an opening. We're under a yellow flag. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Shehay lost a super track.
Shehay lost some parts off his car. Harry was out there kicking him off the track. Officials looking it over. I believe we have 8 laps left. 92 laps down. Walker's got only a few laps left to make a move on Schaus and Shehay. Looking for a green flag. We're back to racing. Shehay's still holding first place. He's led over 90 laps in this race. There's been something on his muffler. Shehay sounds a little louder. Shehay going high. Schaus taking over the lead. Shehay's coming into the pits, relinquishing his lead. Schaus is now your leader. Walker's right behind him. Mark Baldwin's right behind him. Baldwin right behind Walker. Walker's looking for an opening around Schaus. They were both waiting for something to happen. Under the white flag, we've only got 1 lap to go. It's Schaus, the 1/2 lap to go. Walker isn't making a move yet. And Ed Schaus takes the checkered flag with Jimmy Walker in 2nd place and Mark Baldwin in 3rd. There's Ed Schaus taking his victory lap. He sat there for a long time in 2nd place, just waiting for something to happen, and it did. Winner of this Super Stock main event. That'll finish the racing in Ukiah for this 85 season. Schaus coming into the pits. They're pushing him back out. Apparently there's going to be a trophy presentation over in front of the grandstand. It's moving back around the track. There's Carolyn Grossi, Miss Redwood Empire Raceway for 1985, presenting the trophy to Ed Schaus, winner of this 100-lap main event. You can see the size of the trophy there on top of the car. There's a shot of Shea's pit area, hood off the car. It's a shame that he had to relinquish his lead after leading 95 laps of the race. Okay, they're presenting the plaque for the second annual Ben Chapman Memorial to Ed Schaus. And there's Dutch Holland presenting the winner's check to Ed Schaus. I believe that the check is, yes, check's for $2,000. That's the sweetest part of the whole thing. There's Carolyn Grossi leaving in the trophy car. Kenny Brazil's red Corvette.
Here come all the other cars out.
And if possible, we're going to try and go down and talk to Dutch and Ed Schaus. We'll have to see what happens.